Lil Durk's court case is shaping up to be one for the history book. One of his shooters is already calling Durkio snitch, while the internet has already figured out who W of the rats.
What's he claiming?
Roll 60 script.
Where Brick Baby from?
Roll 60 script.
What you think the police told Quando?
That the Roll 60 set up.
It all falling into place for an epic showdown in court. So here's all the tea. So far, OTF Jam spills the beans. By now, everyone has heard of OTF Jam and his bizarre case of betrayal. But for anyone who's been living under a rock, he's the dude who's being accused on telling on Lil Durk and the OTF gang, and for allegedly wearing a wire to record OTF members confessing to crimes. The news about Jam was first broken by a famous Chicago GD rapper called King Yella on his social media.
But I heard somebody named OTF Jam, they said they've been calling him a rat. And basically he said, okay, I'm a rat. Well, watch this.
Since Yella is an OTF op, there was speculation that he was just trying to stir up controversy. However, what a lot of people on the internet don't know, OTF Jam broke his silence over the allegations. And that's when fans knew something was up. The OTF affiliate took to his social media to put the record straight and told the world to stop accusing him of biting the cheese unless they saw his name on police paperwork. Casey J. Hester, aka OTF Jam, is my artist real name until you see that name on the paperwork. Don't at me, he posted. The situation at OTF worsened after none of the OTF affiliates co-signed Jam. No one tried to have his back, even though they were all on the internet screaming free Durk. Well, OTF Jam went a step further and accused Dario of snitching on him. He first revealed that Durkio snitched on him on a track calling me a rat or a snitch, but was rapping snitch on themselves all the time. He posted, Jam was talking about the track Back Again, where Durk raps, Jam, get out that Jam, I give him 50 ain't. Got to ask again, he was catching murders way back then. That's when the Max was in it. Turns out OTF Jam had been released in February 2022 after doing 12 years for attempted murder. The OTF affiliate had confirmed that Durk had given him $50K when he got out of jail.
Say he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fact.
More than that.
But shit, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight. Like,
turns out that after the feds heard Durk rapping about Jam catching bodies, they were onto him, waiting for him to make a mistake and take him back to jail. Who he snitched on me on a song. Police all up on me after that. Oh, he catching murders. Let's get him. Jam posted word on the street is that Jam was hit with weapons charges and was looking at going back to jail for another long period. However, one man had the power to help him. Durk. Jam put all his faith on Durkio since he had kept him straight when he was in jail. And even when he got out, going as far as to buy him a car and a house. In this clip, Jam shows off stacks that Durk had given him and even brags about properties he had bought. Well, despite giving him all this, rumor has it that Durk refused to pay for Briz lawyer or bond when he was snatched up. According to popular hip-hop commentator DJ Academics, revealed that Jam wasn't too pleased with Durk and decided to bite the cheese.
Are you saying that he made a threat towards Durk? I've been holding you down because I heard you say something about like his baby mama called Durk for a lawyer, and Durk may have like brushed it off, and they're like, yo, you're not supposed to brush off my call when I need something. Like, I'm the guy who does the dirt feed.
Despite all the rumors linking Jam to truth, telling his name doesn't appear on any paperwork. But one thing he said was true. Durk had a habit of snitching in his music. And in their view, one of the clips of Smart going viral for talking a little too much was during his sit-down with Bigga. In the clip, he reveals that no one can tell him to slide for Vow. You see, after King Bao died in a tragic shooting at his ops' hands, internet trolls were on Durk's case, urging him to get revenge for Vow with the popular phrase, slide for Vow. Durkio made it very clear that he wouldn't get back at his ops. However, the slide for Von comments must have got to him in his DJ Academics interview. He was asked what he thought about the slide for Von comment. By the slide for Von comments, I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it. But you also mention the song. They be seeing as hella foreign. I think they trolling the academics wasn't ready for the answer because what Durk said next left him shook. According to Durk, there was a reason why those comments suddenly disappeared. It turns out they had already marked someone in retaliation for some reason. I just don't see them comments no more for some odd reason. I don't know, might be the music order. You see them comments a lot. They kind of chilled out a little bit. What more crazy is that he also snitched on himself in his music in the track Rumors. Lil Durk raps, "I don't want know who you catch, I want the one I paid for," in another track, Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy. Durk raps, "Look on the news and see son. You screaming, no, no," and all them hanging with him. If you know, Durk was talking about Quando Rondo, who was caught on camera screaming after his cousin LP was shot and killed by Duro's OTF shooter. Noel, turns out that Lil Durk really did pay for his ops to get mirrored according to court documents. The feds have obtained information from Durk's iCloud, where he warned the shooters not to book anything in his name. But his OT's crew didn't listen because they still went ahead and booked the flights using credit card linked to Lil Durk and OTF. What's even more interesting is that OTF affiliates went on social media to reveal more rats. Within their camp, a dude known as OTF Win took to his IG to accuse to OTF affiliates of snitching, posting photos of dudes called Marlon Kirsch and Karen Hollins. He even accused Marlon Kirsch of wearing a wire, and it seems it's true there. Might be more than one rat in the OTF case. And DJ Vlad was among the first to point it out, more snitching in OTFF. DJ Vlad has been accused of being a Fed, and on this one people might be right because he was among the first to notice that from Durk's indictment it was more than one person who was cooperating with the authorities. The hip-hop commentator took to his social media to share his findings, saying, "I carefully went through all Durk's paperwork, and there are 3 co-conspirators whose names are hidden. One of them was one of the 3 shooters. One booked flights for the shooters, and another one told OTF about Q's location, and these 3 co-conspirators are probably cooperating with the feds against Durk and the other defendants." What's crazy about this finding is that during a recent interview with WAC 100, they might have uncovered one of the snitches. This is none other than Brick Baby. According to WAC, the world thought that the shooting in Atlanta that almost killed Quando Rondo and saw the rapper's cousin die was a drug deal gone bad between Armenians or Persians.
We all thought that was a bad drug deal, weed deal. You know that. The world thought that that shooting was a bad weed deal between some Armenians or Persians. That's what the world thought.
Okay.
And it wasn't until February of 2023 that Brick Baby goes on the internet with Flacco and says, out of nowhere, the world is oblivious to this. I guess they can't say OTF didn't slide for King Von anymore. March, the feds get on Brick. We don't know this.
It turns out that one of the people who was cooperating with the feds was a local guy who was dropping Quando Rondo's locations to OTF shoot on the day of the attack. If you go in there and look at that report, number 4 is a local guy that was dropping Q's locations. But there's more to this, because after the shooting, the feds told Quando Rondo that the gang that he was repping, the Rolling 60s Crips, had set him up.
If you go in there and look at that report, number 4 is a local guy that was dropping Quando's location.
It turns out Brick Baby and Quando Rondo were repping the same gang. And when Quando landed in Atlanta, he checked in with his gang for protection. What was he claiming? A Roll 60 script? Where Brick Baby from Roll 60 script? Who you think he checked in with Rolling 60s with who? Okay, I see where you're going with this. It's kind of clear that Brick Baby might have dropped Q's location to his ops, because after the shooting, the Savannah rapper took to social media to denounce his gang, claiming that they didn't have his back. He started by saying, "It's time for me to spend time to myself and free myself from a lot of people. My main man's gone and lot more. I'm cool on a lot of, if I feel like you not with me. It's no reason for me to be holding on to you. No need to shake your hand or fake some with you. I'm living life how I want to live life, whatever I want to do, I'ma do it. You going to either go and get with it or get lost." In another post, he revealed that he wanted to leave that life behind unscathed, while also claiming his set had no loyalty to him. "I'm not jump out gang either, ain't no loyalty. In this, I'm my own man. I laid my flag down. I'm not no y'all ain't going ride for real. It's no sense being a part of y'all with the opposition. I don't give a book brick babby aside. There's one other OTF affiliate. Who know? One's talking about, and there's some high likelihood that he may be working with the feds. This is none other than OTF Pooh. His story is very suspicious because he was sentenced to 8 years for some serious charges, but only served 15 months in jail. Pooh has often been described as Lil Durk's mud brother. OTF Pooh, whose real name is Michael L. Golden, was also rumored to serve as Durk's muscle. In a viral video, he was seen protecting Durk from a fan who got a little to the rapper during a festival performance, but being close to Durk didn't get him out of the streets, because Pooh's life took a dramatic turn in March 2021 when he became embroiled in a violent incident at Cumberland Mall in Atlanta, Georgia. Pooh was detained on 4 felony charges of aggravated assault with intent to murder following a violent incident at the mall. The shooting occurred in the mall's parking lot, where Pooh allegedly exited an SUV and opened fire on another vehicle. The chaotic exchange of gunfire left 4 individuals injured, including a 6-year-old boy who was hit by a stray bullet. Despite the severity of the situation, all victims survived their injury. Pooh's connection to the crime was established after he dropped his phone at the scene, which led to a search warrant and the discovery of social media activity linking him to the shooting. Alongside Pooh, 3 other individuals, Karanji, Java Harris, and Danon Powell, were arrested and faced charges related to guns and drugs. In August 2022, OTF Pooh was sentenced to 8 years in jail for a different case in Illinois, where he was charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. And this is where the Pooh story gets crazy, because despite the serious charges he was facing, he was released in November 2023, having served only 15 months in jail. And given he still has the Atlanta case hanging over his head, it seems very suspicious why the feds would let him out so early. However, this is just mere speculation, despite who told whatever the feds have on Durk might actually put him away for life. Court documents show that the snitches told cops that after Vaughn's death, Durk used coded language to tell OTF members that he would pay a bounty to anyone who would take part in killing. Quando Rondo, Durk's cousin DeAndre Wilson, also told OTF members that anyone who took part in the murder would be rewarded with lucrative music opportunities with OTF, which was also a music label. In August 2022, Lil Durk's associates allegedly learned that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles, allegedly through Brick Bobby, and plans to murk Quando were set in motion. Lil Durk's associates, DeAndre Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and Asa Houston, traveled from Chicago to San Diego and then driven to Los Angeles, allegedly using funds provided by Durk himself. The group was determined to carry out their mission with precision and stealth, avoiding any direct links to Durk by following his alleged instructions to avoid booking flights under names associated with him. Upon their arrival, the OTF members met with Kyan Grant, a top associate, who had flown to Los Angeles on a private jet. Grant played a crucial role in facilitating the operation, securing hotel accommodations for the group, purchasing ski masks, and obtaining 2 luxury sedans to be used in the ambush, according to court records. Grant also provided Jones Lindsay and an unidentified 3rd member with firearms, including one that had been converted into a machine gun, further escalating the potential for violence as the day unfolded. The group allegedly began tracking Quando Rondo and his associate LPB as they traveled around Los Angeles in a Cadillac Escalade. Their journey took them to various locations, including a marijuana dispensary and a clothing store in West Hollywood. The tension was palpable as the suspects followed their targets, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The climax of the day's events occurred at a gas station across from the Beverly Center, a bustling area in the heart of Los Angeles. Here, Asa Houston allegedly parked his car strategically behind the station, setting the stage for the ambush. As Quando, Rondo, and Robinson stopped at the gas station, Jones, Lindsay, and the 3rd unidentified man reportedly exited their vehicle, armed and ready to execute their plan. The suspects opened fire, unleashing a hail of bullets in an attempt to kill Rondo. Tragically, Lil Pubq's cousin, who was standing outside the Escalade, was struck and killed in the gunfire. while Kwandu miraculously escaped unharmed afterwards. The suspects regrouped at an In-N-Out hamburger stand where they allegedly discussed payment with Kyan Grant. The group then made their way back to Chicago, flying from San Diego. However, was cooperating with the cops, gave a pretty detailed version of events. But it turns out the rap industry has seen more snitches in recent history, famous truth tellers in hip-hop history. We all know Durk hates truth tellers.
Why this not shooting? Let me be real with you. Let me be real with you. I don't see you on Instagram say, yo, Durk, listen, go sloppy me. I discovered King Von. No, I don't want to talk about King Von. So why is Durk not sloppy? I don't know.
Faced with 47 years in prison, the rapper decided to rat everyone out. On the 18th of November, 2018, 69 and 4 other associates were arrested and charged with federal RICO and firearms charges, including conspiracy to commit murder and armed robbery, and faced up to life. In prison, and while in court, he was asked to identify members of his gang present in the courtroom.
Mr. Hernandez, do you recognize anyone in the courtroom who was a member of Nine Trey when you were a member?
Yes.
Who do you recognize? And if you can identify that person, could you identify where they're sitting in an article of clothing that that person may be wearing?
The rapper didn't hesitate and pointed out 2 members of his gang.
Ellison has a gray suit on, and Nuke Ajimai Mac has the brown suit on.
69 is not the only one who has name-dropped his gang members while snitching. Leaked audio surfaced in 2023 as evidence of Quan snitching. And it wasn't looking good for the rapper. In the video, he can be heard speaking to an unidentified man, who many suspect is a Fed. The video was not the only thing that leaked, as the interrogation documents also found their way onto the internet, although the identity of the man he spoke to remains unknown. His tone and the questions he asked the rapper gave the impression of a law enforcement official. At one point in the leaked audio, Rich Homie Quan says that whoever shot up his dad's shop had something to do with Big Nut's death. Whoever shot my dad's shop up had something to do with Nut getting murdered. Bro, I just know what Quan said. In the leaked audio, Young Thug's sister Dora Williams also reacted to the new news of Rich Homie Quan allegedly snitching. She took to her Instagram to blast the rapper for being a hypocrite. The fact, I went to Rich Homie Quan concert, he said, free. Thug, so many times, come to find out you got a whole 30-minute recording telling damn. Dora Williams posted Quan denied the snitching allegations and even offered $1 million to anyone who would provide concrete evidence that he told on Thug. During an Instagram live, a fan asked the rapper whether he snitched. His reaction was priceless. Did I snitch? Rich Homie Quan remarked during the Instagram live session. My name ain't in no paperwork, bro. Suck my did you suck one this morning? Get you out of body, young man. Did I snitch? Find my name in some paperwork, bro, and I'll give you $1 million. We can trade lives on God. But Quan wasn't the only one close to Thug accused of snitching. One of the most publicized confessions was by Young Thug's brother Unfunk, who took a plea deal. According to local reports, Unfunk entered a negotiated guilty plea on 1 count of violating Georgia's RICO Act and a count of theft by reception of stolen property. The plea agreement resulted in a 12-year sentence, with 2 years being commuted to time service. In the remaining 10 years on probation, Unfunk took to Instagram stories to address the rumors circulating about his plea deal. He expressed his frustration, stating, "Damn, people really think I told on my own brother. Shaking my head, show me in my paperwork. I told on anybody." Next on the list was Thug's best friend in the industry, Gunner. And just like Quan, there was video evidence. Gunner admitted that YSL was not only a music label, but a gang. He further admitted to witnessing some YSL members participate in criminal activity as a gang. YSL is a music label.